So hey, what's up you guys, this is DarthZadyBun Mutala and I'm here today with another video review. Now, today I'm having a look at a Hellman by AR Toys or Art Toys, depending on what you call them. And this figure over here, I got it off the internet through TNS. I've really been looking forward to this, I mean, I started collecting, 6-scale figures slightly later than most. I was a bit late to the party. Unfortunately, due to the existence of scalpers and the second-hand market being what it is, it's near impossible to get yourself a Hellboy figure, and especially to get one at a reasonable price. So this here is going to be my substitute figure up until the new one is released. So yeah, let's have a look. Right? Okay, so there we go. Whoa, yes, man. Okay. Focus. Okay, so first of all, let's talk about big people stuff. So like I said, the packaging is awesome. It's got the styrofoam package. Styrofoam packaging and all of that stuff inside. I'm sorry, I have a serious impulse control problem, but I gotta tell you, this is freaking awesome. This is how the figure comes packaged. It came with 4. That's not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 included heads. So that was like a major selling point for me. Another thing that they claimed was that the figure itself had like genuine leather, genuine leather apparel, and wow. Okay, this is freaking awesome. Okay, so let's just get the plastic off the head. Let's just look at the likeness. Okay, first impressions. Mother Kanaka. Okay, this is awesome, right? So I'm gonna zoom in and do all of that stuff at the end of the video, so just so you can see more clearly. But I gotta tell you, like, first impressions, yo, whew, this is awesome. I'm so impressed by this thing over here. Just off the cuff, like, I mean, it is massive. It is solid. Wow. Okay, I'm gonna come back to the figure in just a moment, so I'm gonna pop that down over there. Let's see what else we got. So like I said, it has the 4 heads. So it has the Anungan Rama head. So that there is, Hellboy is like demon name. So it has the demon Hellboy head. That's pretty awesome. It has another snarling Ron Perlman likeness head. Then it has this last head here. Right, I just want to see. Yes, I was quite correct. Okay, so when I was looking at the preview images, the last head, so that's this one over here, I thought that it looked very similar to the way Hellboy is rendered in the comics, So this one here looks to be a slightly more comic accurate head. Still has like the overall Ron Perlman head look, the way the hair is done, the way the the horns and stuff are done, but the actual visage itself, that looks slightly more comic accurate, so I'm pretty impressed by that there as well, right? Okay, so there's a lot of other small little parts over here. There is all the belts. There's 2 hands. Okay, there's a shooting figure hand, and then there's the right hand of Doom. This is the fisted one. It comes with, what does it come with? Yeah, so it comes with open palm here, right on the figure itself. Okay, let's see. And then there's also yes. Okay, so I was wondering. Okay, so there's another whole tray beneath, that has other accessories in it. So yeah, sure, but this is kick-ass. This is really awesome. So wow, yo. Oh, this is great stuff. I actually don't know where to start. As is always the case with my reviews, I look at 2 things. I look at the aesthetics and I look at the age factor, right? So aesthetics, as you know, refers to the overall visual appeal of a figure, of a statue, whatever the case may be, and it includes articulation and the like. So like I said, I still need to fiddle around with this a bit, but basically, what you have over here is a 6-scale figure. I just wonder, maybe, I just want to see something here quickly, right? If I can get this hand off, right, so I can get the jacket off, I think it'll be easier to see the actual range of motion and stuff of the figure if I do that, right? So let's just see it. Just don't want to break anything. Just got this thing like 2 minutes ago. So yeah, let's see. Okay, so one thing I do see over here is that the body itself, it's not a standard body. So from what I can feel, I don't know if you can see it, that's sort of like a rubber, sort of like frame padding kind of thing, I'm going to say. But it's not very solid, it's not very solid. So the The one concern I do have about this is that, like, as the days go by, are we going to find this thing sort of like flaking or anything like that? You know, that's something that will need to be seen. But it has a very rubbery texture and feel to it. I personally would have preferred if they had it like, you know, like padded it up slightly better, you know. The chest part though, that's pretty solid over here. So that's pretty awesome. Okay, so let me just get this. It's the right hand of Doom, so that'll be here. Okay, this is cool, right? So basically what happens is you have the right hand of Doom, I'm gonna call it the chamber. So you pop that on over there. This is interesting. The arms are actually, there's a metal armature inside, so that's pretty kick-ass, right? So that's a metal armature. I just want to, so that goes like, so that goes there, and this pops on there. Let's see, how easy is it to swap out the hands? Let's see, because this is something that, you know, you want to be able to do fairly easily. Is it something that's easy to do? Yes, it is. Okay, that is pretty easy to do. Okay, great stuff. Let's just get the other hand on over here. Let's see. Yeah, okay, so the hands are pretty easy to swap out, right? Okay, so with that out of the way, let's have a look at it, right? Okay, so here's what you have, right? So there's the figure. It has these leather pants, so this is general leather, I'm told. I honestly know like next to nothing about materials, so I could be mistaken, right? But anyway, so it's got these the leather pants. It's got the tail. The tail has a piece of wire inside over here, so it is a posable tail. That's pretty cool. Okay, so you have articulation here at the head. There you go, articulation at the head. There's the shoulders. There's the can you? Yes, okay, here at the biceps. Here's a crappy thing though. See, if you're gonna have a problem with the poses slightly because of the, you know, the general rubbery texture of the arms. So if you're gonna bend, you know, if you're gonna bend it, then you're gonna get this very crappy looking bends over here. So you're gonna have to find a way to pose it such that it doesn't do that. So that's a little bit disappointing, but you know, doesn't take away too much from the figure itself. I do feel the pants are sitting slightly high. So I'm probably going to, okay, right, below there, right, okay, so I'll just have to tweak that a little bit. Yeah, but okay, so he's got articulation here at the hips, at the knees. They appear to be double jointed knees. It has an ankle, let's see, yeah, so, okay, so it has a hinge joint here at the ankle. It does have some ankle pivot. That's pretty cool. Let's see, does it have a torso crunch? Not really, no. The waist doesn't move either. Okay, so in terms of articulation, you know, there's not as much articulation as I would have expected or liked, but at the same time, you know, I don't intend to be doing crazy poses with this thing over here, you know. I would actually prefer to just have him sort of like in a sort of statuesque kind of pose. So sticking with aesthetics, there are some very, very nice details in terms of the paintwork, right? So, okay, so this is a molded rubber torso. But what they were able to do is get some nice shaded detailing as well. It's not overly done. It does simulate skin. So, you know, I could imagine this being, you know, the dude's skin. So that's pretty kick-ass. On the hands, on the face, yeah, no, I'm very, very happy with how they did over here. The head sculpts, I gotta tell you, I mean, all throughout the heads, you know, very, very nice finishes, lots of very, very fine detailing over there. Love the way they did the hair. The eyes don't look squint at all. That's great. And you know, I mean, honestly speaking, it's, you know, like overall, it's really, really well done. I'm very, very impressed with it. You know, I mean, yeah, there are some minor niggling details, but overall, you know, I'm very, very impressed by this. I really, really am. But you know, with that being said, so aesthetically, I gotta say it is on point. You know, I'm very, very happy with it. So, yeah, I'm gonna go now. I'm going to finish assembling my figure, and I'll do a couple photos and maybe a video pan around after this. Okay, so these are the accessories that the figure includes. There's also a t-shirt, but I've already put that on my figure, and I don't want to take it off because it's really hard to do. But yeah, but just to give you an idea of the overall quality and the overall build, and I'm just very, 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 very impressed with what they were able to do with all the accessories. I mean, here at the big baby, you can see there's all these fine details, you know, all of these little things you open up, and then when you just pop them together, you know, everything closes up as well. Just get that there aligned. There we go. So, You know, that's just awesome. Come over here looking at the belt. I mean, here on the belt buckle, I don't know if you can see it, but you know, it's got the BPRD symbol over there. And throughout the pouches and all of that stuff over there, you know, you can see these very, very fine etched and sculpted details in over there where applicable, and that's pretty awesome. Here on the shotgun caps, you know, I mean, I don't know if you can see it, but there's like little baby milk bottles there as well. So that's just some great detail over here. There's the rosary. There's his other gun. It also has that BPRD logo over there. I'm really, really sorry about the lighting. It's really shitty. But I mean, I think the main thing, of course, will be these head sculpts. You know, as you can see, you know, just the detail, it's phenomenal. You know, this is the one that I said is more comic accurate. As you can see, there is a slight distinction in the way it looks compared to, for example, the normal Ron Perlman heads, you know. But the Ron Perlman heads, you know, as you can see, the likeness is on point. You know, very, very, very impressed with it overall. So yeah, even here, you know, the right hand of Doom, so many nice sculpted details. It has that weathered look to it as well. Just great stuff. So yeah, I think the accessories are one of the standout features of this piece overall. They really bring the character to life. I'm very, very impressed. Alrighty then, so it is a little while later, like maybe like an hour and a half later, and I finally managed to get my figure assembled. And I gotta tell you, phew, okay, this was rough, I'm not gonna lie. Okay, now, I still think the figure looks amazing, but I must confess that you know, getting this all together was a freaking nightmare. I won't lie, I've had breakups that were easier on me than actually trying to get this figure fully assembled, you know? Yeah, now, you know, when you actually work with the little pieces, the belt, the pouches, all of those little things, you start to realize that, you know, there are some quality control issues over there. You know, I found that like little pieces were breaking apart and stuff like that, so that was a bit irritating. But you know, now that I got it together, you know, like, I mean, the way everything is placed, I think it still looks fantastic. You know, I must admit I was pretty pissed off at the time I was doing this, but now looking at everything assembled, yeah, I know it was all worthwhile. You know, it really was. Anyway, just to, you know, get in there slightly closer, you know, just to put things into perspective. The belt, you know, the buckle didn't work all that great. So, you know, I've just got everything like sort of pushed together over there. These pants, I felt the pants and the boots were slightly loose. So, at some stage or the other, I'm probably going to mod it just to fill it out a little bit. So yeah, not a major chain smash, but something to be aware of. The hands don't hold poses very well, so that's unfortunate. But you know, for the bottom up, you know, as you can see, you know, this is as good as it gets. You know, especially in this price range. So yeah, pretty definitely still, you know, still impressed. But you know, like, I mean, these are some things to be aware of. But again, aesthetically on point. So let's move on to the age factor. Now, the age factor is a generic standard that we use to assess the degree to which a figure makes you go ish with excitement or ish with disappointment. Now, normally it's very, very easy to go, you know, to make that determination. But, you know, let's go through the process. Let me tell you what's on my mind. So firstly, in terms of the price point, look, this is I won't say it was a cheap figure, but at the same time, it was nowhere near as expensive as some of the higher end collectibles you get out there. You know, I gotta say that, you know, I was happy. You know, I don't have a problem with the price point per se. Aesthetically, as you can see, you know, the figure looks amazing. It looks, you know, there's very little you can fault with it in terms of the overall look of it. But how can I say, you know, I'm just trying to think of the correct way to put it. Basically, I got to tell you that this figure frustrated me quite a bit. Now, just hear me out, right? Here's the thing. While I love the figure, I was very impressed with it, you know, just out of the box and all of that stuff there. Having actually worked with it, I'm not going to lie, it's far from the perfect figure. It has some serious issues that I'm worried about with the overall build. I spoke to you about the rubber, you know, the rubber body, what's that going to do in a couple of years' time. But also with the accessories, you know, like with some of the smaller parts. Especially the little clips and those kind of things. Yo, I'm not gonna lie, it took me forever to get the belt on. I mean, like I said just now, there were things that after a good almost 2 hours, an hour and a half to 2 hours, I wasn't able to get right. So that was very, very frustrating. Now, I mean, as we speak, just as I pop the figure on over here now for you to have a look at it as I wrap up this video, the clip, well, the band before the big baby broke off. You know, now I'm like, come on, you know. So it's small niggling details like that. I will have to do some customizing just to get it to, you know, like to look the way I want it to. I don't mind doing it because I can. So that's you know, an issue for me, and you know, I do find it quite fun. But like I said, it's not a cheap figure. So you know, like after getting a figure that costs as much as it does, you know, it is a little bit frustrating now to have to modify it now to make it do what it is you want it to do. So normally it's a clear-cut-ish, you know, I'm very excited, and it's a very clear-cut-ish. Disappointed, but over here, it's like a ish, I don't know, you know. Let's put it this way, as a fan of Hellboy, you know, the character itself, I'm super thrilled. I can't believe I have one. It looks great. It's I can't wait to do my display. It's going to be great. But as a consumer, as somebody who paid money to buy this, I gotta say I'm just slightly irritated about some of the quality control issues. But again, you know, it's not terrible. I've had much worse. But it's just something to keep in mind if you are going to be getting this figure here. So all in all, provided you're going to be really careful when you're assembling it and you have the patience to do so, I have no reservations with recommending this figure. But there are a few things you should be aware of. Number one, the body has this rubber-like material, so that might become problematic later. Number two, in terms of posing, you know, there's not a whole lot you can do with the posing, because now I realize the wire armature inside, you know, it doesn't allow a great range of motion while still keeping the structural integrity of the figure intact. And the last thing, of course, is you know, the niggling details with the accessories. So the beauty of the thing is it comes with a shitload of accessories, phenomenal looks for the figure. The bad news is that, you know, it's to a lesser or greater degree, there are some deviations with the quality across. So yeah, as long as you keep that in mind, you shouldn't have a problem. With that being said, you know, thank you for your time. Be sure to like, share, subscribe, follow, do all of that stuff. Find me on my other social media, and I'll catch you guys soon. Ciao. Yeah.